So yesterday we were stopped our conversation on services and dependency injection. Remember, services and dependency injection. So today our discussion is going to be around services and dependency injection only, right? Services. And these topics, services and dependency injection, are related to each other in some broad sense. Means they will be connected to each other. They will be. So services are like the parts that you can reuse, right? Yesterday we have discussed in this sense that services are something that you can actually reuse. So now we are going to discuss about the services in terms of Angular. In terms of Angular. So here we write in Angular, services can be defined as classes which will be used to export data, business logic, and they will be used to fetch the data typically from, particularly from API. So these are the services. So what we have written that services in Angular can be defined as like classes, right? They are as like classes only, which will be used to export the data, business logic, and they will be used to fetch the data, particularly from API. And you will not be understanding these things here. Let's go back to coding and we will write. So let's say in Angular, we are having a test project, and this is the HTML file and this is the CSS file. So what I will do is I will remove the section here, but we have already classes that can be export data and logic. Yeah, of course, Ria, we are already having classes. They can export their data and logic. But I hope you have to listen to me first that what I'm trying to say here. It doesn't mean that I have stopped talking about services. Listen here, I think your doubt will be getting clear here. Now, in my TypeScript file, this is the corresponding TypeScript file, and what I will do, I will declare a message here. I am declaring a message which will be in a string, and right now it is empty. Right now, this message is empty. And let's say I am the developer of a particular website or particular application. So I will write my signature everywhere. I will write my signature means Shivam, the Java developer. Let's say I have to write a message in this way. Means this is the message that I will write everywhere. Means in my website, 1,000 pages are There, in all the 1,000 page, this message will be there at the end. Generally, whenever you are going to a website, any website, so you will be seeing something in the last, you will see something like that, the 2025crickbus.com, Times Internet Limited, all right reserved, the Times of India, Navbharat Times, something like that. On this particular page, if you are checking any other page, same. You can say that this is the footer of this website, which is designed for every other pages. But sometime you need to export the logic in a different way. Now here I will write message and string Shivam the Java developer. In my app component, I will use this h1. In this, I will write message. Let's run the application now. So you will see that Shivam the Java developer is coming here, and this is a signature. Okay, this is called a signature. Now let's click on inspect and go to the elements, that how elements are actually placed here. So what you are seeing here, h1 Shivam the Java developer, h1 Shivam the Java developer. It means that if you are hard coding your values, if you are hard coding your values, they will be available openly, right? They will be available openly. And it is not a good thing with perspective to the business logics. Sometimes you have some secrets, right, that you can't display on your browser. I'll talk about Coca-Cola and Pepsi, right? They have their secret formula and they don't share it to anyone, right? If you search about Pepsi and Coca-Cola, soft drinks I'm talking about, they have their secret formula to prepare their drink. They don't share it with anyone. Even their employees don't know. Some only top peoples know the formula. So there might be something in hiding the secrets. So service is helpful here, and service will be actually exporting the data in a good way. Now, same thing we will achieve using services. But service is something, let's say I'm talking about Hyderabad Metro. Now this is a service, right? If I'm talking about Hyderabad Metro, it's a service. If you want to travel from one particular place to another particular place, in most of the time it will take same time, right? In most of the time it will take same time because there is no traffic on metro and there is no chance of getting it late. Because if you have boarded the metro, it will drop you at your destination within the time frame. If the time frame is for 15 minutes, in 15 16 minutes it will drop you. So that is a service, but you have to use that, right? There comes the topic of dependency injection. See, these words might look difficult in understanding, listening only, but they are not at all difficult. When we are using them, they will be very easy to use. So, service is something which will contain data, logic, or some other thing to export. They will not self use it, they will just export it. Dependency injection in Angular. Dependency injection in Angular is a method of using the data and other business logic exported by the service. Now, whatever this service is exporting, if you are using that, it means you are doing the dependency injection. Whatever they are telling you, you are injecting that thing inside you. So now we are going to discuss about this particular part only. So let's write. First, I will write steps of generating service. If you want to generate a service, what are the steps involved in that? So in step 1, go to terminal. If you want to generate something in Angular, it is super easy. You just have to type ng generate, and if you want to generate a pipe, you can write pipe. If you want to generate a component, you can write ng generate component. If you want to generate a service, you can write ng generate service and then the service name. So I'm writing go to terminal and execute the given command. Which command? That I'm writing now. Ng generate service, and then here you need to write the service name. That's it. So first what I will do is in the src folder I will create, or in the apps folder I will create one folder for services. Now in this services folder I will generate all of my services. So open the terminal. cd test is my project name. Inside this src /app /services. In this folder, I will generate my service. ng generate service, and I am naming my service as message. I am naming my service as message. Okay. ng generate service, and service name I am writing as message, right? Hit enter and it will generate a service. So something is coming, it means that it has generated the service. Go to the services folder. Here, same thing, one specs ts file. This you can delete also, by the way, and one main ts file. So it will come in this way, right? It is coming in this way. Again, if you want to delete it, you can delete, right? If you are having problem, right? This is the thing created by TypeScript for you. If you want to remove and if you want to create service by your cell phone, you can create that. There is nothing like a problem. For that, what you need to do is, I have removed everything. Understand the definition. In services can be defined as classes. So basically it is a class. I will name this class as message service. That's it. First class message service. After that I have written which will be used to export, means it will export something. So write it export. That's it. Your class is done now. Export class message service. After that, export data, business logic, and they will be used to fetch the data, particularly from APIs. Services will be used by other components or classes. Now I have written one more line that this service will be used by other classes. For that, you need to write a annotation here or decorator that is called injectable. Means this particular class is injectable. It can be injected into other component. It can be injected into other components. Injectable and brackets. Here I will write provided in, I will write one property as root. Injectable provided in root. Root means all the components in this particular project can use this service. You can define this by the way. Here, let's say I am writing something like that provided in app component. If I am writing in this way, now only app component can use this. But we will take our discussion to that later. Now on I am writing root. Root means everyone can use this. Everyone means, see, we have one app component TS, we have first component TS, we have second component TS. Everyone can use this. Now when this class is exporting some logics, so let's create a constructor as first. Just a empty constructor, nothing inside that. Nothing inside that. I will create a function here and function name is get message or any other function you can create. I'm creating a function as get message, and this get message will do only one thing. It will return one statement that Shivam, the Java developer. Shivam, the Java developer. That's it. Now this message service is done. I will try to use this particular part in my app component. So I will remove this entire thing and I will write it in a different way. So I am declaring a message variable and I'm saying that it will be of string type. That's it. Or empty string I have kept. Right? I have kept. Next thing, you need to import that service. You need to import that service. So I will write import message service from dot services slash message dot service. You need to import it from there to use. Here you need to write a function. Here we need to write a in this particular class we need to write a function. What function we need to write now? Here if I am writing something in this way, get message, get message. What I have written, get message. Now this message will take some values. What values it will take? It will take the values, let's say a message, and its type will be equal to message service. Message and its type will be message service. Now by using this method, I will say this dot message equal to msg dot get message. Now what we are expecting by doing this thing, here again I am rendering the message. First I will remove this function and I will run the app. So nothing is coming because we are not writing anything to the message. This time I'll keep that function back here and you will see something. Okay, we need to run the application again. In this way, we can customize our services. But if now you will be thinking that what is its use, because everything is looking like same. Pipe also used to do same thing, right? But pipe were used to transform the data. Transform the data means you will have to provide the data. Pipe will transform that. That's it. This service will give you data as well. If you are having some issue with the pipes, what was the use of pipe? Pipe will be used to transform the data. But services, in case of services, services will provide you data. They will provide you data also. Now we are going to create a project and that will remove all of your confusion. Okay. So let's create a new project. Before starting that project, I want to ask each one of you, have you guys ever worked with APIs? Means you have some knowledge of APIs, how to fetch them, how to call them, how to set the response. No? Worked? Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a weather application. Weather application which will show the weather, current weather of your location. ng new weather. This is how we create a new application in Angular. ng new weather. Weather is the application name. I want normal CSS. Don't want. Let's get it installed first. Okay, so project is created. Weather app. First, we will try to run our application. App is running. Flow of weather app. We are developing this weather app so that we can make use of services only, right? We can make use of services. That's it. And it is going to be a full stack application, means working application. So what is the flow? Weather app will be having a interactive screen. So the weather app will be having an interactive screen in which user will enter the location in an input box, and the Angular app will fetch the current weather for that particular location. So this is the main motive of our Angular application that we are trying to serve here. Second thing, how we will fetch the weather, because weather is something which continuously change. If the current weather of Hyderabad is 30 degrees Celsius, in night it will be 20 also. If it start raining in 1 hour, the temperature will become more less. So in that way, temperature is something that continuously change, and it is not even a mathematical formula. Is it a mathematical formula that okay, today is 31st January, so 31st multiply by 1 multiply by 2025? There is no mathematical formula. It is just the record observation, right? If it was a mathematical formula, we can write it. If it was a mathematical formula or some function available in JavaScript or TypeScript, that we can use, but it's not a function, guys. It is the record observation. It is a record observation. Now, who will observe it? So there are lot of website available for checking weather. Let's say one is AccuWeather. So go to AccuWeather, and here it is already showing the temperature for, don't know, let's search Hyderabad here. For Hyderabad, the current temperature it is showing as 30 degrees Celsius and real feel 32 degree. Means the actual temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, but you will be feeling like the temperature is 32. Wind speed is 11 km per hour and wind gust is 22 km per hour. Air quality is poor. Right? This is the current weather which is showing to you. Right? Which is showing to you. If you check this weather at night, it will be around 22, right? It will be around 22. Now, if you are saying that we will give the link of this website in our Angular app, you can type. So it is not possible. And it is not even a good technique to use. Means you, this AccuWeather is providing you a service of checking the Let's say if I'm checking the temperature of my native district, so it is 22. It's actually winter season going on there. In night time, it is going to 10 and 11. Because it's January, in the starting of January and end of December, the temperature goes to 4 or 3, 4, 5, like that. Even on when I went on Sankranti, so temperature was 4, 5, like that. 4, 5, 6, like that. So if I am searching here, let's say a hill station Manali, right? It's in Himachal Pradesh and it's a hill station where snowfall is there. Generally, the temperature will be around zero here, zero or in minus. For Manali, the temperature is 3 because it's noon now. If you check it in morning and evening, it will be in minus, right? Let's check for Ladakh because it's in complete. So they are also like 3, 4, 5, like that only. Means this is a service that you are using here. And how we will create this server? For that, we have to use APIs. For that, and this is a topic that is in your JavaScript classes. But if you don't know, I'm there. No worries. So here I'm writing, we will fetch the data from APIs. We will fetch the data from APIs. Who will give these APIs to you? Or the question is, can we build our own API? Yes, we can build our own API. If you have very good knowledge, you can build your own API also, right? If you have good knowledge, then you can build your own API also. But if you don't have knowledge, see, knowledge is always directly proportional to your productivity. If you have much knowledge, you will be more productive. Means you will try to do a lot of things by your cell phone, right? You will try to do a lot of things by your cell phone. But if you don't have knowledge, you will try to use the product created by others, right? We are using WhatsApp, we are using Facebook, Instagram. They are the services created by others. I mean, we are just scrolling and they are earning, right? They are earning and we are just scrolling. So we will fetch the data from APIs. Now, what will be the steps? In that, there is a website. I'm writing it here only. The website name is weatherapi.com. Weatherapi.com. Now, most of the APIs will be paid. You have to pay them to use their API. You have to pay them to use the API, but this is free. Free for some time. Means we can build an application for 10-15 days and we can use their API. After that also you can use with some restrictions. Like you cannot use all the features. You can use only check the temperature and like that. Okay. Now we are talking about why we are discussing this thing. So in Angular, now we have just created a weather app. I'll go to src, then app component HTML, app component TypeScript, and CSS. These are the files that we will use here. Okay. HTML, CSS, and TS. As our habit, we will remove everything. That's it. If you are writing your entire logic in this TypeScript file here, it is generally not a good practice because it will give you security threats. The hackers can actually hack your data. And I have one question. My question is, if you are writing some value inside this typescript file, let me write it. So let's say you have five different classes. You have five different classes. And it is possible that you can have five different classes. Yes, of course, it is possible. Angular application can have 10, 20, 30 classes. The number of component you have, the number of page you have a class for it. That's it. Now the thing is, in each of the page, you will use a value in this way. That developer, there is a value, string value, developer, and its value is Shivam. I am saying to you that in each of the five classes, you need to use this. Means there is a use of this value. There is a use of this value in all of the classes. For that, one method is in each of the class declare this value. Now, as a developer, it's not a good technique. When you are trying to do the repeated task, so what I will do is I will create a service for developer and I will define the logic at one location only and I will reuse this. I will reuse this. It means I will create this service at one place only and then I can reuse that in this class. This also means everywhere I can use it. That's how service works. Means you have to write your code at only one place. You can use it at any class. Or let me tell you in more clear way. Have you done inheritance in Python? Inheritance. What is inheritance? Using one class into another. That is called inheritance. Simple. It is service here. Simply it is service here. That's it. Inheritance, you know, using the properties of one class in another class. That is called inheritance. Same as service here. You can reuse that, right? There we need to write class A extends class B, right? In that we need to write. Here it is known as services. It is known as services that one class can use the properties of other class. Same concept. Yeah, it's like a stored procedure only, or it's a business logic. Means don't go with the word business. It means you will try to use some particular part multiple times. Now, whenever we are creating this weather app, you will understand this. Okay. So we have created a weather app. So let me first design the front end of this weather, right? That how the front end will look. And I'll I will try to design the front end in a flow. I hope you will understand. So at first I am having a main part, main div, who is having the class as main, and to this main I will write the CSS in this way that its width is 100 view width, its height is 100 view height, its background color is, let's say, coral. That's it. So you will see that it's coming, but it is having slighter margin and right padding it is having. You can check at the top and left, right and bottom. So I have to write the global CSS for it. And where we can write the global CSS? In styles.css. So here asterisk means universal selector. To this selector, I will say that it has a margin of 0, padding of 0, and box sizing is border box. and you will see that margin is removed, right? Now inside this main container, I will write my working container. So I will give this div a class as weather, giving this class a weather. Okay, that's it. I am giving a class name as weather. That's it. For that, I will call it in CSS and giving it a width of around 600 pixel and height also 600 pixel and background color of white. Border radius of around 15 pixel, or let's say 20 pixel. So you will see that this part is coming here. I want this exact white container in exact center. So to its parent, I will say that you are displaying a flex and you are aligning the items in center, and then you are justifying the content in center. You will see that it is coming in center. That's it. In the top, I will display one heading. So go there. In the top, I am displaying a heading that weather. And one more thing, the title of this project is weather. The title of this project is weather. So instead of writing the hard coded value, I can write the title also. I can write title. And the title is coming in small w. Title is coming in small w. So we will have to use here pipe. Which pipe we can use to keep the w capital? Tell me fast. Huh? Title pipe. Title case, madam. So we need to write title case. But you need to rerun your Angular application because it will say something, something, something like that. Use the common modules here. So W is coming, right? Now, if you want this thing in center, and to this container, I will give a padding and padding of around 10 pixel. This is also displaying the flex and it is aligning the items in center. So it's coming here. No problem. That's fine. After, let's just do one more thing, justifying the content in center. So you will see that it is coming here. After this weather heading, I will give a input box to the user. What I will give? A input box. And you will see that input box is coming beside it because parent is displaying flex. So I will change it and I will change the flex direction to column. So they are coming here. After that, I will create a button, check weather. Button is check weather. Now case is simple. If user is writing Hyderabad here and searching for weather, it should show the weather of Hyderabad. That's it. That's what we want to do. Okay. That's what we need to do. But before that, what we will do is we will design this app. So means customize it now. I will attach the row gap of 20 pixel. Now they will be having some space between them. We will design the input box and to input box, let's give it a height of around 45 pixel and width of around 300 pixel. Its background color will be coral and its text color will be black. Black is by default will take. So this is your input box. Now we need to increase the font size to 22 pixel, padding from left of around 15 pixel. So you will see that here, if you are writing something, it will come in this way. You can search the weather. Text color if you want in black. Black is by default, so I'll change it to white. And there is no border. I will attach the border radius of around 15 pixel. So this is your input box now. Here you can write the state name, city name, and you can click. It will show you the weather. For that, we will fetch the data from API. We will fetch the data from API. Second thing is we need to define this button also. So write the button in CSS. Its height I will keep as 45 pixel. Its width I will keep as 150 pixel. Font size as 22 pixel. Background color as coral. Color as white. Border, no border. Border radius of around 12 pixel. And that's how your button will look. You can increase the width, right? Cursor pointer you can give here. That's it. Front end is done. Or we can show one thing here, that weather app. Weather app. Weather app. Now here you have to write the location. That's it. Okay. For that, you need to fetch the data from somewhere. For that, you have to go to this website weatherapi.com. Weatherapi.com. See, I am already having an API, means my account is already there because I'm teaching other batches also. So means my account is already there. You can sign up and create your own account. Okay, that's it. So whenever you are trying to log in first time, your account will be coming like this, right? Your account will be coming like this. Okay. Whenever you are logging into this, create account, login, sign up, and here you can do it. This is your API key. What exactly is API key now? So what is key? To open the lock. What is key? To open the lock, and API key is used to open the lock of API. That's it. Means to authenticate that someone is requesting this link, which is our user. This website is free. As you can see that on my here, it is showing that my trial will end on 11th of February. So in the starting, it will give you for free. It will give you for free in the starting. After that, it will not ask, like it will not ask you any money. If you want to use it for revenue purpose, like I'm creating a weather app and I will give it to user, I will take money, then you have to purchase a paid API. Otherwise, you can read it here. Note, if you are on a trial plan, then after the trial plan ends, your API will be automatically moved to free plan. Means your API key will be moving to a free plan in which services are less. Means you can still use the API, right? Now, how to use this API? This is the case. For that, if you want to take a 1 minute break, you can take, then we will start. Because I think most of you haven't worked with APIs, right? Right? So you can take a 1 minute break, then after we will start. So now let's start working on APIs. And I hope you will try to listen completely. Whenever you are working on any API, first thing that I will suggest you is careful observation. Right? Whenever you are talking to any developer or any scientist, they will say only one thing, that your careful observation is the key. Means if you have a habit of scrolling the things too fast, don't do. Read a single word here. If you are not reading the documentations, you will feel behind. I am teaching you how to read the documentation, how to use the APIs, how to use the APIs. For that, this is how it will come when you will log into weatherapi.com. Right? I'm refreshing and this is coming. Dashboard, which is having my API key as well. You can see my API key is visible. Scroll down, get started, right? So you will see that learn how to form HTTP request to get weather from API Explorer, something, something. And you will see complete weather API documentation. If you are using any other website, you have to find their documentation for using it. If you are using any other website, find their documentation. Okay. So I will click on this API documentation. See, if I am directly writing the links and keywords, you cannot understand anything. I can write because I know how they are used, but for you, I have to read it out. So you will see that weatherapi.com provide access to free weather and get data via JSON and XML RESTful API. It allows developers to create desktop, web, and mobile application using this data very easy. So it's a free weather data. Now they are saying that we provide following data through our API. Means if you are using their API, they will provide you this data. Real time weather. Real time weather means what is the current weather. If I'm talking about Hyderabad, what is weather here? Like that. 14 days weather forecast means the future weather for next 14 days. Historical weather means previous weather they will provide. Marine weather and tide data, this is related to the cities, generally sea, understand sea, ocean, sea, that is called tide data and marine data. So lot of things they provide. You, if you want to read all that what they are providing, you can. I am coming to getting started section. So now from here, just read. You need to sign up and then you can find your API key under your account. So we are getting the API key in our account. That's it. After that, it is saying that try our weather API. Try try our weather API by using interactive API Explorer or use Swagger tool. Hold on, no problem. Here you need to check request section. Means how you will request this weather API to provide you data. For that, request to weatherapi.com consists of base URL. Means if you want to send a request, generally whenever you are sending, let's say I am the employee of someone and I want to send a leave request. So I will write, let's say I want to write an email to my manager. I will write, no, that I will mention my manager's credential, subject I will mention, I want leave approval, then I will write my data. How you will request a website to check, send the API. For that, you will be seeing that first base URL you need to keep, and this is the base URL. Base URL means this is the first thing. This is the first thing that you should keep in your link. So I will copy this link and I will paste it in a new tab. Pasted. I will not hit enter. Go back there only. After that, what you want to find? I want to find current weather. Means we are creating a website for checking the current weather. For that, they are saying that you have to write slash current.json or slash current.xml. So we are working with TypeScript or JavaScript. So JSON format is preferred. So what I will write slash current.json in my link. So in this link, I will write slash current.json. Current.json. After that, again you have to read. This is the request. Now you need to provide the parameters. So this is the request that you want to make from this website, that please show me the current weather. But you are not writing any location, right? To which location it should show you the temperature. If you are, let me copy this link. And if you hit enter here, what is showing? Error. Code 1002 API key is invalid. Means when you are trying to make this request, your API key is not there. It means that at first it is asking for my API key. If you want to provide any parameter in the URL, so we provide that by question mark. So what I have written? Question mark. After question mark, I will write key equals to Hyderabad. Sorry. key equals to, I will copy my key and paste there, right? After the URL, question mark, key equals to, I have pasted my key. And let's hit enter again. So this time it is giving another message. Parameter Q is missing. Q means for which location you are trying to check the data. It means when you have written your API key, keep a and symbol. Keep a and symbol means next parameter you want to give now. So Q equals to write your location name. Let's talk about Hyderabad. So I have written Q equals to Hyderabad. Hit enter. Some data is coming, but this data is not in readable format. Means you can read it, but it is looking very clumsy. No problem. I will tell you that how this data is coming. For that, you see this thing, temperature C. What is the value? 32.3. It means the current Celsius temperature in Hyderabad is 32.3 degrees Celsius. Right? Means it is telling the temperature with this link. If I want to check other location, same API key, same parameter, just change the Hyderabad to other location. So Q equals to, let's say here I will add Guntur. So in Guntur, the current temperature is 30.3. That is how it is giving you data. How we will use this data in our application is different. First of all, you should understand that how, and along with temperature in Celsius, it is telling you that wind kph means the wind is flowing or running with the speed of 13 kilometer per hour. Humidity is 55. 50% is the cloudy weather in Guntur this time. Feels like temperature is 28.9. Means current temperature is 30, but weather is cloudy. That is why feel like temperature, that human body will feel this temperature, that okay, it is around 28.9. So these kind of data it returns. If I change the Guntur to other location, let's say any location you can tell. Coded. What is this location? I am hearing it for first time. This location is not found. KODAD. What is this location? Like I am also hearing this for first time. Vizag. Okay, so let's write Vizag. For Vizag, the current temperature is 27.9 and humidity is 56. Wind is blowing there 19.8. This is a free API. So don't expect it to tell you the current weather of very small cities. In Hyderabad, it will show the temperature of Hyderabad, not Amirpet. If you check the temperature of Amirpet, it will not show Amirpet. So no matching location found. As it is free API, so search for your district. Let's search for, it's in Odisha, by the way, Odisha Puri. So their temperature is 29.1. So write your district name and you can check. Not only in India, you can check for foreign also. Let's check for Sydney. In Sydney, the current temperature is 25. Let's check for Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, okay. In Los Angeles, the current temperature is 18.8, right? 18.8. Let's search for Manali because their temperature will be very low. So here temperature is -4, it is showing. Yeah, it's a snowfall area. So -4 temperature. It means that it is correct. It is showing you the correct data and it will tell you the data in this way. For this particular part only in services, I have written one thing that in Angular services can be defined as to fetch the data particularly from APIs. Now API is a sensitive information. API key, right? Means let's say if your API key is publicly visible, you are paying a company to use the API. Someone is already using that API for free. So API key is something which is private. Array, listen one thing, you cannot give the locker key of your home to any random person, right? Can you give the locker key? No, you cannot give. Why? Sensitive things are there. Your property is there. Everything is there. In the same way, services are used to perform the operation somewhere else and give you data only. For that, in our weather application, everything is done. We just need to attach the functions now. And we will use this API in this way because it is showing us the correct data, right? It is showing us the correct data. If it is showing the correct data, then that is fine. We will use this only. For that, first we will generate a service here. So open a terminal in the weather app. So go to weather, go to src/app. In this folder, I will create ng generate service and I will create in services section. So services/weather. I am creating a weather service which will provide you the weather. So you can see that in the services folder weather is coming. Now we will write the function fetching the data, how we will fetch the data here. We will do all of these things here. Okay. For that, I am closing all of these things now. First thing that I want that if I am writing something here, let's say I am writing Hyderabad. So it should show me if I'm clicking on check weather, it should show that value here that Hyderabad is a location, current weather is this, temperature is this, wind speed is this. So let's design those fields because design part is very easy. For that, here in TypeScript, I will declare one field as city and city is in string. Right now it is empty string. What I want is whatever value is written inside this input box. Let's give it a placeholder that enter your city name. Whatever city name you are writing here, that particular city name should be going into TypeScript and setting into city. So you know that we have a change event here. What is the event that I will attach here? Are input event, right? I will attach a input event. For that, I will write input and it will call a function set city with the dollar event parameter. Dollar event parameter, and you will see here write set city which is accepting one parameter of event type any, and you are just setting the value inside this city. So I will write this dot city equals to event dot target dot value. And in HTML, let's create a heading here that's showing weather for city. It is working fine, right? That's showing result for Hyderabad. Tomorrow we will customize it more. Okay. So tomorrow we will complete this application and you will understand the services as well. It's very easy, guys. It's really very easy. It's not a big deal. Okay. So tomorrow only I will upload the code to GitHub because today we haven't did too much. That's the designing part and this we have done. We will see these things. Okay. First thing I want to do here is I want to show result only when means I want to show this heading only when this button is getting clicked. For that, let's remove it here and I will show city and okay, let's do it tomorrow only. Means whatever value I am writing here, it is directly getting set. I want when I'm clicking on check weather, at that time it should say that showing result for Hyderabad, right? So we'll do it tomorrow now. Okay. Paste yesterday's test code. Test code. Yesterday I haven't given you notes. I have uploaded, right? Let me check it once. Means for custom pipes only, right? I have uploaded the notes, guys. You can check the code. And yes, how many of you are done with the task?